Where are we, Claire?
Today we're at Box End Park camping,
And where's that?
Bedfordshire.
And this campsite is a campsite with a difference, and we're going to tell you more about that as we get into it. So why are we down in Bedfordshire?
We haven't been here before, so we've been to RAF Northolt on a family day.
Where are we, Claire?
We're in the back of an Atlas A400 at RAF Northolt.
Hey, listen, we've got a queue here, and you can queue up and go in cockpit. Do you know how much one of these cost?
£180 million, wowzers.
So we're just going to wait for this guy. He's going to light us up.
The Load Master.
Loadmaster, look at that. You get Channel 5 on that then? Off we go.
Go.
We've had a great time actually, haven't
Had
we?
a superb time.
It was
yes.
good talking to my fellow aviators. What are they like to fly these? And
Yeah, you were connecting, weren't you?
we're connecting. When we say aviators, obviously they're in the real plane. I just tend to do a bit of flight simulation. I was really impressed at the depth of his knowledge, actually. I thought. What do you think's that?
I think it's awesome.
I'm taking on television. We're really grateful to everybody that helped out on that day to show us round. We also saw the jet that King Charles and the Prime Minister rose on, and all the other high dignitaries. It was just parked up, weren't it?
It was brilliant.
You could just walk up to it. I mean, there were a rope round it to stop Claire getting on. So we are at Box End Park. It is a campsite that has one very different thing about it. We're going to tell you about that in a short while, but we want you to come with us. We're going to show you around. You can see what there is, and you can make your own mind up as to whether you'd like to come here as well. So don't forget to let us know in the comments. And if you want to comment while we go along, which I know some of you like to do, that's really good because we can see what you're thinking all the way through. Anyway, without much further ado, let's go. So you can see just up here, this is where the actual campsite is, and that's where St. Christopher II is. We'll take you up there and show you the pitch towards the end of the video, but for now we've got this car park, and I think a lot of people come to this just as a day trip.
Come for a meal.
For a meal in there, and we're going to show you in there in a bit as well, but we're also going to show you the full facilities while Claire off camera looks at her notes.
Yeah, there's a water park here, a really large water park.
Is that the one behind you?
Yeah, it's got one, well, over here, like inflatables.
Oh yeah.
You can hire out if you want to for parties and things. And it's got one of the world's biggest, the UK's biggest mega slide.
Mega slide?
What is a mega slide?
Is it like, well, it's £1 to go on it, you can go to London on it.
That's a mega bus.
Mega bus, yeah. So let's talk about arrivals. What was the arrival experience like?
Absolutely brilliant.
Yep.
Came, we were early, 20 minutes early, not a problem, didn't batter an eyelid. Great, lovely young girl, 20 odd, really young, really excited, really helpful, brilliant, very easy.
Did we have to pay extra to come on early?
Nope.
So no extra charge?
Nope.
From a driver's point of view, one thing that I'd like to say, when we came in, it was very lovely and all posh, but it did descend into pothole heaven in quite some time now. Activities, reception.
Oh, some changing rooms there to put your wetsuit on.
This is where it all goes off then. Amazing coffee this way. Cable cafe.
Do you remember that time you went water skiing? No, you went surfing. Remember that time you went surfing?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
In Saltburn?
I do.
If you've not seen that video, watch it, it's hilarious. You can pop out of your suit, don't you, babe?
So the reason that we mention potholes, it's not to have a go at the owners or anything like that. It's just because if you've got an expensive motorhome, you might not want to drive your motorhome on a potholed road. So we just let you know, it's up to you. Up to you to decide. We bring St. Chris down, it's not a problem to us, is it?
That's right, yeah.
There's a health and fitness centre. Yoga. Outdoor punch bag. There's a massive water park at the back of that.
That's right, yeah.
A load of kids on it, so leave them to it. But yeah, if you want to do that, it's pretty good.
You can hire that whole thing out if you wanted to.
You can hire the whole thing out?
Correct, you can, yeah.
So we've made it to their bar area. This is the patio bar. It's a bit of a funny setup, actually. So you can't take dogs inside.
Into the restaurant.
Into the restaurant. So there is a patio there, and you can get a restaurant meal, but you can't get with your dog there.
Yeah.
So you have to sit on this bit, and on this bit, you can't have restaurant meals regardless.
Just a takeaway meal.
So it's a takeaway meal. So if you want a pizza, they're nearly £15 for a pizza.
Right.
But we didn't want a pizza. We did want a Sunday dinner, didn't we?
Yeah.
But the closest we can get is a beef sandwich with gravy and some chips
That
each.
sounds delicious.
It does.
Yeah.
And 2 pints of crust campo. So we've got a sandwich and a pint.
Okay.
How much?
£40.
£40 for 2 sandwiches.
2 pints. Wow. That's quite a lot, isn't it? Is it £15 a sandwich? Ish.
It's £13.95 a sandwich, and it's £6.40 a pint. So when we opened this up, we said that his first impressions were a nice sight, but there were one thing that were different about this one. So let's get to that.
Okay.
Okay. So can you tell us how much we paid for this site?
We paid £25
Per night.
per night for the pitch.
So that's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
£25.
Now, I want to say something though. The dogs are free here.
Okay. So good. The dogs are free.
Yeah.
You can't use the facilities. That's just how it is, isn't
The
it?
dogs are free.
Yeah, so it's okay. Okay, we haven't paid extra for dogs, so I don't feel too bad that they can't go in. You know, not everybody likes to sit with dogs, so we've got that. But what's the thing that's different?
Well, electric here, you get a meter. It's a prepaid card for your meter.
So we're on a prepayment meter.
Yeah, so what happens, you come here, you want electric, you pay £5 for the card, which is refundable when you bring the card back, and you put a minimum of £5 electric. You pay up front for your £5 electric. Now, I wasn't sure how much electric we need, but the lady said £5 for one night should be sufficient.
So if you want to go off grid, you can pay £25.
Yes.
If you want to use electric, it's £5.
Minimum.
But I just think, for me, have you ever stopped in a hotel room where you could get a discount if you didn't turn anything on?
If the plugs were covered up.
Yeah, I want 2 weeks in Maldives, please. Oh, it's going to be £5 I was about to give you 3 and not turn out on.
That's a really interesting concept. I haven't thought about that before. So yeah, you can come with £25 if you don't switch anything on.
How do we know how much electric we're going to use?
Well, that's it. I don't know. We don't have no concept of that. So I asked, and she said, "Oh, £5 should be right," but I don't know if that's enough. Now, the reception does close at 6, so if we run out, we haven't got any electric. We don't have any.
Well, the electric thing seems to be a new thing in pricing strategy in campsites, because I've found out that the Caravan and Motorhome Club are actually offering up to £4.50 off a night if you don't use their electric.
Right, but I thought electric was free.
What, in Caravan and Motorhome Club?
Yeah.
Well, it's not that it's not free. It is free, but you just get a discount if you don't use it. So that's not the same, Claire. Let's look at the wording. They're really good, these people, aren't they? They're either really good or they think that we're all a little bit daft. Because that sounds to me like, like you pay for electric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, so there we go. So we're going to have to see what these baps are like. We're going to see what a £40 meal and a pint is. And we'll go on a mission. Let's find out the prices up and down the country of a pint. Let's go and get this food. Hey, mate. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have we got our pints as well?
Pints as well?
Yeah, I ordered some pints, I think. They forgot about our beer, so they're just getting those. So this is it. These are the chips with some gravy. And then that's the sandwich.
Here we go.
Get that pint. Here we go. Quite difficult to not drop that, but there you go. Okay, let's have a look. Bon appetit. £40.
Actually, they're really, really nice chips.
That's nice,
They're
yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
I think they're fresh.
£40.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot for a sandwich. But what I would say is that's really tasty.
Is it?
The chips are really nice. The gravy's really nice, and the beef. It's not just like a bit of beef. It's seasoned beef. It's tasty beef.
It's not cheap, thin beef.
It's not. No, you can tell it's quality.
Yeah.
So I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
You?
Well, it was about value, I guess. If you
I think I'm gonna enjoy this.
squeaky beef, I'd be upset.
Squeaky beef.
You know what I mean? People know what I mean by squeaky beef.
Squeaky beef.
Yeah.
Well, like them thin.
Cheap, squeaky beef.
things.
Yeah.
Where it looks like somebody's just seasoned an old leather jacket.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it
right.
that?
You get it.
We have to get the meat inspector on it because
Yeah, I can't eat this fatty bit on the end. I have to pull it off.
we'll
You
put
might-
that on mine. I like that.
Yeah, you like that bit.
So
don't you?
can we have a quick look at this beef?
Yeah.
That's nice beef, that.
Yeah, I can't eat that bit there either.
He's got like a Britney Spears headset on. He's talking to them on the water, isn't he? And helping them to do it. He's coaching this lady on here who was doing a really good job. The water's blue here, Claire. That's strange. I've never seen water that blue.
Must be treated with something.
Now, one problem is, I mean, luckily we've now finished our meal, which is probably good because it looks like it's starting to rain.
Wasn't supposed to rain today.
No, that's the only problem when you've got to sit outside, you pay your meal. Even if it started raining and we hadn't done, we'd have to try and find a way to get this £6.40 pint of crust Campo back. But with it raining, it's going to dilute it.
Oh, I don't want that.
I'm not paying £6.40 for what's a damn beer. Overall, what did you think?
Actually, it was very, very tasty. The chips were the best I've probably had this year.
There you go then. Worth £40?
It's probably not really worth £40, but it was
we did
very
enjoy
nice.
it,
Yeah,
so
we
that's
did.
fair enough. So it's your call as to whether you want a nice sandwich, some chips and gravy
Yeah.
with a drink, and whether you're prepared to
Yeah.
part with 40 of your own sheets.
Just nip to the bin.
See, this is kind of how things are progressing nowadays. The prices are going up, and that's for various reasons. Obviously, you know, staffing costs have gone up lots. Business costs have gone up. Anybody in business have got higher costs.
Yeah, that's
so obviously, if you still want to make money, you got to put prices up. So that means that we're putting this up. But one thing that I would say is, it's like if you go to the supermarket or if you go to B&Q, or like just now, we've tidied away.
Yeah.
We don't work here, but we're paying more for it, but there's less service.
That's right. When I go to Asda, I have to do it myself now.
It's one of my big bugbears. Like B&Q, and you've got 4 staff, maybe just standing around,
That's true.
and then you scan it all, and everybody's scanning, everybody's working away, getting that price through the till, and then they go and navigate all the till screen and everything else. They bag it up, and then they leave, and then, you know, you haven't actually
All yourself.
had any service. You've just served yourself, but it's more
Then you
expensive.
could more.
So that's, I suppose, with prices going up, would it mean that if you didn't have to do the work yourself, that maybe it'd be even more expensive? And this is the only problem with the outdoor arrangements in the UK. You're not too far away from this stuff. So it's a gamble. It's a gamble. It weren't even forecast. And here we are, back where we usually are, Atlantis. In fact, somebody asked me the other day, do you call your channel, both your channels, Atlantis, because it always rains wherever you go, but it's not actually that reason, is it?
No.
Just had a really, really sobering thought, Claire.
Oh dear, what?
Well, what if that prepayment meter's powering this thing? We're not even in it.
I have to go and get another fiver.
Oh, it stopped as I've said that. Maybe I've rumbled them.
We've run out.
It's definitely stopped. Claire, can you go back and fill the meter up? I wonder if it's all on prepayment. When I was growing up, I used to have a friend, and he used to ring people up. He was quite a naughty friend, probably 10-year-old, and he'd ring people up just as like prank calls, which obviously you can't do. I think it's a crime under Communications Act, so you don't want to be doing that. So if you sat at home thinking I'm bored, I might ring somebody up for a laugh. I won't bother, you can get in trouble. But he used to ring people up, and so his mum was a single parent. She was struggling to get by. She used to work on market, and she used to sell fruit and veg. So, you know, she worked like rolling in it, and she had 2 kids to bring up. But my mate used to think, well, whatever, I'm bored, so I'm going to ring people up. These phone bills she got were like life-changing phone bills, huge.
Expensive, you mean?
Life-changing. Like holidays got cancelled, cars couldn't be upgraded, you know, just she was struggling. So, like anybody, after you'd tell him off, but he just didn't listen. Just wouldn't do what he was told. So she put a prepayment meter in, so that he had to put money in to ring people. When the phone bill came, the idea was to unlock it and get the money out, and then pay the phone bill with the money that
Yeah.
you put in. Unfortunately, when she opened the door, there were only 10 pence in it because he'd actually worked out how to unlock the door and he kept recycling the same 10 pence.
No.
So she just ended up with a 10 pence discount on bill.
That's really bad.
Bad that. I think they got cut off. There we go. Somebody's just run down to reception, put another tenner on. We can play again.
Talking about money, 3 miles from this campsite, they're building a new Universal Studios.
Wow.
Wow. It's going to be 476 acres of fun.
They're fun.
Yeah.
I saw this in news, so that's the new site that they've got go ahead.
3 miles from here, that's right.
So that's quite significant, really, isn't it?
Yeah. It's projected to bring in 8,000 permanent jobs to the area. That's a good thing.
8,000.
Pretty close to here.
But I thought Harry Potter's went downhill, actually. It's a changed style of the chips and stuff. It got a bit commercialised, didn't it?
Harry Ramsden's, you mean?
No, I think it's Harry Potter.
Would we go to Universal Studios in Bedfordshire? We've been to ones abroad. Would we go to one here?
I
don't
probably
know if
would,
I would.
actually. I probably would. Would you?
Yeah, so that could be good news for this campsite because people could potentially come here and stay. I mean, it's only 3 miles away.
Yeah, I suppose if you're tenting or come on a caravan,
Yeah.
yeah, it could be good, yeah. The good news is that if you stay here and then you can eat at Universal Studios because it's probably cheaper. Tell you was rubbish at this game.
Oh.
Stretch Armstrong. Just can't seem to get going. So before we leave here,
Yes.
I'm going to just have a quick look inside and see what we could have won. Oh, this weather's up and down today.
It's very changeable.
One
Isn't
minute
it?
it's summer, next minute it's raining. Anyhow, this is not the only shower that we've had today, you'll be happy to know. We've actually used a shower. So, Claire,
Yeah.
ladies' showers, what did you think?
So there's nobody in, so it was really easy to get a shower. I could select my favourite shower. It's just
Have
really...
you got a favourite shower already?
Well, when I go in there's 4. I like to pick which one I think's the best shower for me.
How do you position it?
Well, it just depends on the mood, I guess.
Do you do it like...
No, I know what it does depend on.
What?
The hook situation.
And what was the hook situation like?
Poor.
Why?
There was one hook.
Right?
So I need a hook for my clean towel.
Yeah.
I need a hook for my clothes that I'm going to put on again. I don't like to put them on the floor in case they get wet.
Right?
I have a system. And then I need a shelf or something for my shampoo and things.
And you didn't have that?
No shelf.
No. Okay.
However, it was a push button,
Yeah?
and but it was very hot.
Yeah? Oh dear.
Uh-oh. How about your shower, Andrew?
Well, a bit warmer than this one. The shower block, oh, that's a lot of rain. Oh dear. The shower block was brand new, same as yours.
Yes,
It's like, what did you call it? A terrapin?
Oh, when I was at school, we used to call them terrapins. Who knows what I mean?
Like a portaloo, not
Big-
portaloo, like
yeah.
a portable,
The big plastic toilet block.
yeah. Well, it was like that. Very good. The only thing is, I thought it was really clean, really nice,
Yeah.
really modern. But one thing is, again, just one hook, nowhere to sit. So you
Do you
can put
sit
your
down when you have a shower?
no, it's so that you can put your socks on.
Oh, is that what? Oh, I
Yeah, so you can put your
see.
socks on. You know, you're gonna do that, Claire. So there's nowhere to do
But you
that.
sat down while you wash your hair.
No, so but overall it was good, nice and warm, push button shower. But if you, I'd recommend Crocs in this situation. We need to go inside. Oh, I've got freckles on my chinos. We're going to show you the actual pitch when this stops, so just bear with us.
All grass pitches here, yes.
And that can give a little bit of a problem sometimes, can't it?
Yeah,
Because if it's just been cut
and rained.
and rained, then you can get all of this in there. Anyway, here we are with towels dropped off at the back. We've got a massive pitch, to be fair, Claire.
It's huge, yeah.
So this is the pitch. I'm going to come back to that. Right.
It's got hedges.
So we've got a bit of a privacy hedge. It looks like
Big.
somebody's had a bit of a party maybe at some point. There's a ribbon in there. But yeah, you can see we've got loads of room.
Yep.
There's a little lip here. Now, don't know
Oh, yes.
how much of an issue that would be if it were wet. But it seems pretty hard underneath. But look, you got all this. So all this is 32, which is us.
Yep.
It's lovely. I mean, you can see people going around here. It's nice and quiet. You've got people all the way around. Some people are camping, some are caravanning.
Yep.
There's people with motorhomes, awnings. I think some people might even stay here long term.
I think, yeah, there's
Maybe
everything
live
to it,
here.
isn't there? Yeah.
But this is the interesting bit.
I didn't realise there was water on our pitch.
Yeah,
That's a bonus for the cost.
we've got some water. So it's like a fully serviced pitch. Really.
Yeah, I didn't realise.
So, and it was what, 25?
£25, yeah.
Okay, but this is the bit. So this is our electric, and what you do is you come here and you've got 32, and then you've got a card and you put that in there, and
It activates it.
it activates it and it says success, and you've got 60, I think we started with 64 kilowatt hours, and we've got 62.7 now.
Oh,
we haven't really,
loads.
yeah, we haven't really used it. So it's going to be interesting to see how much, in fact, we've used. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
So, but there you go. That's a new one on us.
We're happy with the pitch, actually, aren't we?
We are happy with the picture. So we will check back at the end, just to finish the video, tell you how much electric we actually used, or if we had to buy more, or if it were really cold at night and we had no heat. So we're going to do that. Okay, right, we'll see you in a bit with the final update. We've just spent a night at Box End Park. How did you find it?
It was fine, but it was a bit noisy.
The only thing is that we got given plot 32, which is a wide plot, which also means that it's a nice shortcut to the toilet. They're really friendly and nice and smiley, but it's, yeah, you know, just people walking through. So that was one thing, and then we had some live music. I don't think you were actually booked, but we got somebody playing guitar. He started on acoustic, but as the night went on, he went onto electric guitar.
Quite loud, wasn't it? We like the guitar.
Weren't such a bad thing, because something happened that you might think were a bad thing.
Oh.
There were a power cut, so that meant his electric guitar cut off at 10:25, just in time for the 10:30 curfew. It did quieten down there, so everybody respected that, so that's not a problem. But yeah, I would say that, you know, it's although you got a big pitch, the pitches aren't respected. I mean, there's bigger problems in the world, isn't there, than asking somebody to not walk across your pitch. We were in his van, so we're not that fussed. But some people, I know, you know,
Something to consider, isn't it?
If you paid for a pitch, it's your space. I suppose you could say, well, it's not harming anybody. It's not. It's true. But if you had a hotel room, would you be happy with people just walking through your hotel room?
Probably not.
That's something to consider. And then in the morning, so we got up this morning and it was quite cold, so I put the heating on, but then the electric went off. So we're not entirely sure if we've run out of funds on our prepayment meter, or it's tripped off because the display is blank. Now, it had a couple of attempts at getting going again, but it's not going, is it? So we're not sure how much money we've got left on our card, or if we've got any money left. Have we used £5? If we haven't, we can't use it anyway because it's not working. So we've paid extra for it, but it's not working. So it's a first for us.
We just don't know.
We don't know. So that's Box End Park and what we think to it. Different experience.
Yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed it. It's something for you to consider. Let us know in the comments, what do you think?
Please like, comment, subscribe, and look at Facebook and Instagram.
Loads of stuff on there. Claire spends a lot of time on that, and she'd love it if you joined her over there, if you haven't already. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Just just as a little bit of added bit of information, the card was actually £5. I don't think we mentioned that. So it was £25 stay here, but you had to pay a deposit of £5 for the card.
The electric card, which you get back
when you get back. We've only used 10 kilowatt hours because we couldn't actually access the electric because it tripped out. But there's another twist to the story, isn't there?
Yes. Just been told that on Mondays, reception is closed.